Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, looking at your connection between you and the person that you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. We'll be pulling for all three sides of the connection, so we'll look at your energy toward it, their energy toward the connection, and the energy in between the connection. The concept being that there are three sides to every story, so we'll be looking at your version of the truth, their version of the truth, and this higher level unbiased truth in the middle. This middle section, we'll be looking at what is the deeper purpose of the connection and the best way for you to move forward in order to align further with your higher self. Further reminder that these are general readings and they are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and to leave what does not. On that note, and especially if you are a cross-watcher, just know this whole reading can be reversed. If that is the case for you, that is totally fine and totally normal. Again, the point is to take what helps and leave what doesn't. Last thing is that any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading or coaching session with me can be found in the description box below. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to jump on in. We're going to start with looking at overall energy through oracle cards first. So we're going to look at your side of the connection, their side of the connection, and the energy in between the connection with oracle cards first. And then we will dive deeper into the reading with tarot as we progress. But let's first start, Sagittarius, with your energy toward the person you are dealing with and are needing to learn the most from right now. Sagittarius' side of this connection, please. Ooh. You have know your worth. Healing with boundaries. Ooh, okay. This connection, I feel, at one point or another, has really put you through a lot. And I feel that, there is definitely like a draw that you have toward this person, but there's also this feeling of having to protect yourself a little bit. It's like wishing things could be different, but being also maybe very aware of kind of how things have unfolded in the past. And I feel it is kind of hard too for you to know how to approach this connection, because I do feel that the feelings and the pull that you have toward it is very strong. But I also feel, again, as if you're standing tall in your boundaries here and knowing what it is that you deserve, because I feel like something happened here. I don't know what it was, but we'll see what's going on here. This person's energy toward you, Sagittarius. Euphoria. Well, that's confusing. So this connection, the way that this person sees this is one of the best, they've one of the best ways they've ever felt. But then there's a solitude energy. So that makes things extra complicated, because it feels as if their feelings toward this connection are strong, they're intense, they're real, but it feels like they chose solitude, or they're sitting in this solitude energy. Is there anything else here for this person's energy towards Sagittarius? It's like they see this as okay, I'm hearing we'll get more later. Okay, I feel like there's a lot to kind of uncover here. Truth of the connection between Sagittarius and this person, because I'm interested in what went down, because it feels like, this straight up just looks like, we only pulled two cards, but like they sabotaged this in some way. And maybe there's regret here. Truth of the connection between Sagittarius and this person. Yeah, I do. I feel like there's regret, grief and sadness. I feel like there's a lot of disappointment around this connection not working out on both sides. But I also feel as if the reason it didn't work out is because of something this person did. Money versus love. This is very complicated too, because I feel as if it's like this person had a lot of what you were looking for on the surface, but lacked a lot of what you needed in some way. And it's not that they like weren't capable of being what it is that you needed. And when I talk about what you needed, like maybe emotional availability or, someone that you could trust. Like trust feels like a really big thing. It feels like you can't really trust this person much because of something that happened. But it doesn't mean there's not love. And I think that can be really complicated, right? Because it's like you care about someone, but you also can recognize that they hurt you in a lot of ways. So yeah, that puts you in a really difficult place because again, there is grief and sadness here. And again, I do think that exists on both sides. How did this person sabotaged something here? Truth of this connection between Sagittarius and this person. Overall theme of this connection between Sagittarius and this person, miscommunication. I don't feel like this is just about a miscommunication. I feel like this is more than that. It kind of feels like it's kind of about like how, about how things unfolded. It's almost like it made you feel as if this person didn't care about you or care about the connection, but that wasn't the case. I feel like miscommunication is obviously the card, but I feel like misinterpretation is the right, like that's what I hear. Unlocked potentials. This connection had a lot of potential. And I feel like you both knew that and you both saw that. Inconsistencies. There's a lot of inconsistencies with like what they said and how they acted, or with what they, with like their behavior lining up with even how they really felt. Because I feel like this person, it's like you'd be surprised how much they like really did care about this connection based on how they handled things. Okay. Let's look, Sagittarius, at your side of this. Boundaries with know your worth. This is Sagittarius' energy toward the person they are dealing with or needing to learn the most from right now. So I know that we didn't get a card about separation, but I feel as if this connection is in separation. Five of Wands. I feel like you're in a complicated place with this, where you still, like I said, it's like you still feel drawn to it. You still have feelings for it. You still care a lot about this person, but at the same time, you feel like you need to protect yourself because, yeah, Ace of Wands. It's like the feelings are still there, even if you don't want them to be, in a way. Yeah, even if you don't want them to be. Lovers in reverse. The Eight of Cups. Somebody walked away. It might have been you. You walked away even though you saw this as like your 10 of Cups. You feel like you really walked away from something that you saw as carrying a lot of potential. And I feel like that was really hard for you. Or they walked away. I don't know. But either way, it feels like it didn't feel like your choice. Like even if it was you that walked away and it was your decision to walk away, you didn't want to have to do it. But it felt like you had to because of how things unfolded. The Lovers in reverse, this is very, this energy of, it's like this person made you feel like you weren't good enough in some way. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was a betrayal here. Sagittarius' side of the connection. The Empress. I like this. I feel like you really kind of tried to do what you could to take care of yourself here, which I feel like was really hard for you because, again, I feel like you still, like, it's like loving someone, but recognizing that they aren't good for you, or them, like, breaking something. That's what, like, breaking something? I don't know. Breaking trust, maybe. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this has, the way that things unfolded has you doubting that you're ever going to be able to have what you desire in love and in relationships. Like, this impacted you in a lot of ways. And I think the reason being that, so yeah, I feel like there was some sort of betrayal here. Betrayal or abandonment, which I feel like abandonment can still be seen as a betrayal. It just feels like this person did something. Yeah, and I feel like you've been trying to recover. I'm curious why they're in your energy here. Sagittarius' side of the connection. Is there anything else here? I also feel like you showed up as the Empress in this connection. Like, you were really trying to be, like, this is nurturing, kind, loving, caring energy. I mean, yeah, there's the Five of Cups. There's this grief. There's this sadness. Feeling as if you had something taken away from you almost. As if you lost, like, the opportunity to have what it is you want. But I still kind of like this Empress because I feel like this is you trying to stand in your power. Even though I feel like there's this energy of kind of feeling a little bit of a weak spot for this person, just because I do feel like you care about them and you love them. And again, it goes like, even if you don't want to, that is still there. Interesting. Okay. We're going to look at this person's energy toward you. Like, it's not that you're not angry or upset. Like, you definitely have that in your energy for sure, but it's like the love is still there. And I feel like that's why with this Five of Wands, why things are so conflicting for you, because I feel as if you, it's like you care about them, you love them, but they really hurt you here. This person's energy toward you, euphoria with solitude. Five of Swords. Both of you are kind of in a defensive place here. And there it is, Knight of Wands in reverse. Hang on. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles. Here you are showing up as the Empress in their energy. The World in reverse. Ooh, okay. Whoa. And Six of Swords in reverse. Dang. Okay. So there, I mean, there I said there it is with the Knight of Wands in reverse. I mean, that's this energy of self-sabotage. That's this energy of kind of messing something up. And it's like they recognize that. They recognize that they've messed something up here. But then there's this Five of Swords energy that's really interesting. What is this talking about? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This is karmic. This person is... It's like some sort of karmic path or karmic pattern for them in relationships, kind of like sabotaging good things, especially when they're treated well, because they see themselves as being treated well by you. Like with that Empress, they see themselves as being treated well by you. They see themselves as almost like having been lucky to have you in their life. And I almost feel as if that's the problem here. Oh, that's where the Five of Swords is coming from. Okay, this person is very defensive and very like ready to protect themselves at any cost. They like have a history, I feel, of kind of getting screwed over in relationships in a way, or something. I don't know what that is or where that stems from. So it's like they expect that from other people. Like it's trust issues is what it is. Now, you didn't do anything to make this person not trust you. In fact, I feel like, because they see you as the Empress, having shown up well for them. But, and here's the interesting thing about humans. We tend to identify with things that have happened to us, right? Our ego tends to identify with our experiences to the extent where we start to believe certain things about ourselves based on what we've been through. So if we've been hurt in the past, if we've been betrayed or whatever, we start to internalize that as this is what's always going to happen to me because this is what I'm deserving of. And when we internalize experiences from our past, we then sabotage anything that almost puts us in this position of getting hurt again. Even if there's no signs in that particular situation that that's going to happen. And I feel like that's why things went down the way that they did. It's like this person saw this as something that, because euphoria. It's like, this is amazing. This is a dream come true. Like, this is what I've always wanted. This is what I've been looking for. But then it's almost as if that threatened their sense of like security within themselves, because I feel like this person isn't very secure within themselves. In fact, I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like this person does carry a lot of insecurity, and I think it has to do with things that they've been through, but that makes them kind of ruin anything that could hurt them, even if it's anything that could be good too. And that's why this solitude card is all about. It's almost as if this person is more comfortable alone, but that's not what they want. That's what they feel comfortable in, because if they're alone, if they push everybody away, if they, ruin or sabotage all their connections, well, then no one can hurt them, right? Nobody can make them feel bad or whatever. But that also means that nobody can love them. They're not letting anybody in enough to love them. And this is something very karmic for them, where they have this tendency to show up in alignment with what they've been taught that they believe because of their past. And that has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with how they feel about you. It has nothing to do with how they, what they even saw in you either. But what it does represent is an unhealed pattern that will continue to repeat unless addressed. Because, there's a difference between being consciously aware of our traumas and our triggers and our wounds and, responding to them with healing, and being unconsciously aware of them and letting them drive us, where it's like we are unaware that these things are happening. And that's what this person might not realize what's really going on below the surface. They might have just messed this up and then experienced regret and then been like, why did I do that? That was so good. But it's because of all these things that we just talked about. It's like there's these unhealed wounds that cause them to believe they're not deserving of good things. It's almost like it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, this person's going to leave or they're going to hurt me or whatever. So then they do things that cause you to leave or to whatever, even though they're the ones that pushed themselves in that position in the first place. And this is something that is very common in unhealed people, is they're very unconsciously driven by those subconscious wounds. So it's 95% of our movements, choices, and decisions stem from our subconscious. Only 5% of the way we interact with our reality, according to psychology, is conscious level decision making, which means that we're very driven by how we've been wired. And if we've been wired to protect ourselves from being vulnerable or being open or allowing anybody in or whatever, then that's how we're going to show up. And until we address that, heal that wounding, and show up differently, those wounds are going to control us. They're going to sabotage things for us. And it's one of the most interesting things I learned about the human psyche is that in order to really have the things that we deserve and desire, we have to really address the reasons why we don't believe we're good enough for them, or else we're going to mess them up. So this person messed up something that they see is very good, and they see how they've messed it up. But I feel like the issue is, because there is regret here, and there's like, man, I wish I could go back. I wish I could change the way that I showed up. But I also feel like there's no addressing the pattern that would make them show up any differently. So even if they regret it, they'd probably still repeat it. And I feel like there's a couple of reasons why this is important. I feel like, first of all, it's important for you to understand that what this person did was not a reflection of you. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean you're not allowed to be angry, okay? You are allowed. Doesn't mean you're not allowed. Yeah, you're allowed to be angry is what I'm trying to say. But understanding that people show up in reflection with their own healing, their own growth, and in association with where they're at in their own journey, that can help us not take things so personally. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, but we can not see it as a reflection of our worth or our value or even what's possible for us. But there's also a flip side. Every relationship that we attract into our life is a lesson. It's an assignment. It's pushing us into some form of wisdom or growth or healing that we need to do so that we can align with the love that we deserve. Because if we're aligning with people who don't show up in the way that we deserve, that's a reflection of some sort of belief that we carry that says, this is all that I deserve. Now, it's not that we blame ourselves for how other people treat us. Okay, that's not the case. But taking accountability for the role that we play in our own suffering is where we can stop cycles. Because especially if you're in a cycle of betrayal or abandonment or continuing to experience not being met where you deserve to be met, there's something there that Spirit's trying to bring to the surface for you. And I think that just understanding this person can help in a couple of different ways, because again, it can help you not take things personally, but it can also in some way help you see where the mirror lies and what this is pushing you to heal within yourself. Because the love that you deserve exists for you, and you absolutely can still have it. But I feel like understanding what really went down in this connection is really important. And I mean, at the end of the day, we attract and accept the level of love that we believe that we deserve. Again, even if we're doing it subconsciously. And when we accept people into our life that aren't capable of loving us in the way that we deserve, for whatever reason, there's a belief that we carry, that that's all that we're deserving of or capable of having. And typically that stems from what we've experienced in the past, maybe with parents or caretakers. Like, we're taught what type of love we're capable of having and worthy of and deserving of, and then we often seek out that same exact love in our adult relationships, even if we want something different. So understanding that that's happening, this is just like a really basic just understanding of the psychology behind relationship dynamics. But when we really understand what's happening, we can break the cycle, because otherwise we're going to keep attracting the same thing, right? But yeah, I feel like Spirit has a lot more to say about this. So we're going to hop on over to the extended and dive deeper into this. You have money versus love with grief and sadness. We're going to dive into the deeper purpose of this connection and the best way for you to move forward in alignment with your higher self. So I'm going to pull 12 more tarot messages, and I've got an advice card that I will close out that reading with. Any information for it is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, as always, for your support of me as a reader. I obviously hope that this helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve and desire on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Sagittarius.